Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Audrey. And I make content about all things wellness. And at this particular time, we started a series where we're talking about financial wellness. And that is all inspired by this book over here, The Psychology of Money. And yesterday we were talking about enough. What is enough and what should you do when you've gotten the enough? Today we are going to be talking about compounding and confounding. And the poll today is, do you know Warren Buffett? Okay, the poll is out. So, yeah, that's the question for today. Do you know Warren Buffett? Do you know what he is famous for? And do you know how he got there? Because that is what we are going to be talking about today. I just want to Good morning, Linda. Good morning. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining the live. I was just talking to myself because I was trying to open something here, but today we are talking about compounding and confounding interest. Yes. So, how are you doing today? Wednesday, I came from the market. I just got in from the market, and I have a meeting after now, so it's kind of a busy Wednesday, but I love it. I love it. Also, yesterday we were talking about luck on Lungi's live. We're talking about YouTube and the luck that comes from it. Greek language for me, today's topic. Okay, Linda, let me try and clarify it so it does not stay as Greek. Hi, Out of War. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I know you, and I know you're from Ohio. Appreciate you joining. I feel like that means you are subscribed to my channel because you always get my notifications. I appreciate you. Hi, Lungi. How are you doing, my love? How is your how is your Wednesday morning? So we're continuing with the discussion from this book, but yesterday on your live we were talking about luck, right? And guess what? This book has a whole chapter on luck and risk. So even when it comes to financial education and finances, we also look at luck and risk, but I'll get into that soon. Hi, Dineo. Good morning. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining. Mangwanani, Mangwanani. Okay, so maybe let's start on a lighter note, and then we'll get to compounding and confounding interest. So, luck and risk. The the book that I also read, The Richest Man in Babylon, they also talk about luck and risk. So it is something that I think we can apply in all aspects of our lives, even financially, even creatively. And what they say, both books say that most of the people who are rich now, they also playing your book review club. Thank you, Lungi. Thank you. Yeah, I've done a book review on this before. I have. So, both books talk about what luck actually is. And it is just when opportunity meets preparation. So it's not really anything that is rocket science. It's not anything that you can use a formula to get. It's just when opportunity meets preparation. So what that means is, I was wondering why you're shouting at me, Lugi. I was wondering what I did. I'm just joking. I can see where the mistake came, but yes. So remember, we're always talking about multiple streams of income. We're always talking about taking risk. We're always talking about investing. We're talking about saving. And what the both books talk about is that unless you are prepared, when you see an opportunity, you cannot the problem is that I'll be trying to be serious, but the people in my comments they just said, I was like, okay, we get it, looks, you need the book. Whew, that is actually so funny. So yes, if an opportunity comes your way and you are not prepared, that's when people say, oh, all the luck goes to other people. So, for example, um, maybe at this particular moment, there are no eggs in all the shops, for example. But thank you, Tanel. You know, the works of my hands, the works of my hands. So maybe there's an egg shortage, and all the people in your neighborhood usually buy their eggs at Woolies or at Pick and Pay, or at Spa, wherever it is that they buy their eggs from. If you already have this if you already have this business going on, you're already prepared for such a moment where people are going to need an influx of eggs. Maybe in your neighborhood, you always have maybe 5 or 6 customers that come and buy from you. And then because there is a shortage, you're going to have more people in your neighborhood who are going to buy from you. Maybe it's going to be word of mouth. Oh, where did you get eggs? You know, there are no eggs. Ah, egg crisis. And they say, "Ah, we always buy from Audrey around the corner." And they're like, really? So I can just walk to the corner and get eggs? Guess who doesn't have customers anymore? Woolies, Pick and Pay, and whichever else place they were buying from, because it's now more convenient for you. Uh, it's more convenient for you to get it from me because I am just a walk away, a 5 minute walk away. They don't have to go to the shops. But if I didn't have that business already, how was I going to meet the opportunity when it came? So that is just what luck is. It's the same way, Lungi, what you were saying yesterday about that lady who started her channel and then she got to 100K views. It is because she started her channel with a challenge that is popular at this particular time. Remember, I was telling you that this 75 hard, it has seasons. There are times where it's so popular. It's usually like at the beginning of the year. And also, depending on who's talking about it, maybe someone has yeah, maybe someone popular started the challenge and then people are following along, so it has seasons. But yeah, she was just lucky, but it's not her personal luck. It's just that the challenge that she decided to start on is something that was popular at that particular time. So it's the same way we talk about our videos. They are an investment because at some point, maybe I'm going to have one video that is going to that's going to go viral. One video, I don't know, maybe it's going to be this live because a lot of people have heard about the psychology of money, even the book club, right? There are books there that are popular but they are seasonal, like Ikigai. A lot of people talk about it at some point. So maybe someone is going to share my video of Ikigai because they like the way that I've explained it. Then my video is going to go viral. Next thing, people are going to subscribe to my channel and then they're going to start watching my videos from back then. So the preparation is already there and the opportunity is going to show itself. So that is how they explain. That's how they explain the risk and luck in this book. So when it comes to risk, they say that most people, when you see them and they are successful, especially with businesses, with investment, they are going to show or they are going to talk about what went right. But for every one thing that went right, they probably lost money in three, four, nine other places. And that's why they explain that you need to put your ducks in different rows or you need to get multiple streams of income because there is one thing that is actually going to work. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments and then move on. Like the book is an emergency, okay? Lungi, I really believe that you're gonna love this book because, yeah, it really talks about how most of our financial situations don't have anything to do with where we're from, but it is more about how we look at money, how we spend, how we invest. So it gives also life lessons from people who have already made it. So it has the story of Bill Gates. Today I'm going to be talking about Warren Buffett. So and other people as well. Also, I tried to be serious yesterday, but I gave in shame. I lost. Dineo, I saw that you were trying to bring awareness to us people that the world is not fair because everything is catered to right-hand people. That time, Precious is talking about left hands losing control. So, how are you supposed to be serious? Yes, Linda. So, luck really is just preparation. When the opportunity comes, are you prepared to take it? Hey, Linda, how have you been? They're getting you. Why? Just good. I'm great. She was smart, actually. Very much so. Very much so, Lungi. And they do say that in the first year of you opening your channel is when the algorithm pushes you or something like that. So if she starts hard, then maybe, maybe. She came in when the time was ripe. Exactly, Lungi. And I'm hoping to get on that train as well. Derek, I'm awesome. Yeah, that's the energy. We love it, Linda. Hi, Nana. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate you coming back. Yes, Dino, I'm sure you're referring to something that I just said. Yeah, it was about the risk and the luck. Yeah, we only hear about what went right, but believe me, they lose a lot of money. Yes, Lungs. Hi, sis. Hi, Marak. How are you doing? Good afternoon. Where are you watching me from, Marak? It's afternoon already. I love your lashes. Thank you, Lungi. These are coming in the vlog on Sunday. You are gonna see the lashes. Lungi, this lady looks stunning. Hey, thank you so much. I need it. Okay, read that in caps. Okay, Lungi, we get it. We get it. Yeah, but yeah, you're gonna enjoy it. I know you are. Hi, Princess. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you. I'm good means I kind of don't disturb me. Oh, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Like, someone comes to you and says, "Oh, do you want to hear about?" And they be like, "I'm good." Okay, I get what you mean, Derek. Princess Love from there. Thank you. Hi, Precious. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining the live. Can't wait for the vlog, Audrey. Yeah, it's coming on Sunday. When are you doing workout? I did it this morning, Nana. I did it this morning around how many hours ago? Like 4 hours ago. I already did that workout. So you can go back and watch it after this one. Yes, Linda, if you ask someone something, if they don't like it, they'll say, I'm good. Yeah, yeah. I know. I've seen that. I've seen that, Derek. Okay, so next we are, like we said, talking about Warren Buffett. So how many people know Warren Buffett? I don't want to disturb the poll, but it says 76 people know Warren Buffett and 24% of the people don't know him. Yeah, I think he is very much popular for, I was trying to hide this poll. Okay. I think he's very much popular because he is rich, but people don't understand, or a lot of people don't know his story, including me. I didn't know his story. So basically, I love billionaire talks. That's why I laughed when you got in. That was a thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So this book was published in 2020, and as at that time, Warren Buffett's net worth was 84.5 billion dollars, United States dollars. Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, I had mistakenly put it on mute. Thank you, Derek. I know it's really late for you right now, so I really appreciate you being here. But you said, yes, we know. Am I still on mute? Am I still on mute, guys? Please. Oh, loud and clear. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, Derek, I think you've heard a lot about Warren Buffett. So you were like, yes, we know him. But thank you so much for being here. Okay, Sassy Blue says no. All right, I will tell you about him. So, Warren Buffett, as of 2020, was worth 84.5 billion US dollars. And out of that 84.5 billion, 81.5 billion only came to him after his 65th birthday. I will repeat. As of 2020, Warren Buffett was worth 84.5 billion dollars, United States dollars. But 81.5 of that only came to him after his 65th birthday. Yeah. So he was worth 3 billion before he was 65, and then after that he is now he said, I want all my monies now. Okay, yeah, I know, but he was already worth like 3 billion, guys. We're not talking millions. He was already worth 3 billion before his 65th birthday. So, but this is to talk about confounding and um, confounding and compounding interest. Yes, Linda. So, whether it's 1 billion before 65, that is a lot. Let's not even go there. Let's talk about 10 million. United States dollars, not rands or Zimbabwean dollars. Let's just talk about 10 million before 65. So, yeah. Now, I will tell you about his story, and that's why we are talking about confounding interest. Hi, Mobile Legend. How are you doing? Even 1 million, Linda. Even 1 million. But here we're talking about billions, not 1 billion, but 84. So that is why we are talking about Warren Buffett today. So, before I continue with this story, I just want to ask you a question. What age do you think Warren Buffett started investing? At what age do you think that he started investing for him to have 3 billion by the age of 65? Okay, the poll is going up and down. 18. Interesting. Hi, Sino. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I saw your premiere at 1. I am going to be there. I have morning meetings only today. So after that, I'm going to be here. Yes, Lungi, what is the question? Please ask the question. He started early, I think 20s. Interesting. Okay. All right, that's also what I thought. I'm gonna wait for 1 month and then I'm gonna give you a real answer when he started investing. Hi, Muthle. Oh, great, seeing 1 p.m. Yes. Oh, we do a Q&A later on. Okay, Lungi. All right. So from mine was in the morning, Dre. Your premiere? It said 12 p.m. at my place, like your conversations with, at my end, it said 12 p.m. So I was saying, okay, yeah, after I finish everything I'm doing in the morning, I will. Oh, did you have two premieres? Okay, so you had the Sino premiere in the morning and then you're doing the other one at 1? Or am I confused? Lungi, yes, I will do a Q&A at uh we can do Q&A at our 3 answers. And Warren Buffett actually started investing when he was 10 years old. 10 years old, guys. That is when Warren Buffett started investing. So when I say that these conversations are important for our societies, um, hmm, Sino, after this, I'll send you a screenshot. I'll send you a screenshot because what I'm seeing from here is different. I'll show you because I even saw it when I logged into this live. I'll show you. Yes, 10 years old is when he started investing. So when I say that these conversations are important for our people, okay, we can start where we are right now, but we can start where we are right now, but this education is supposed to start with us so we can pass it down to our children because they need to start early. They need to start exactly, Lungi, exactly, because we are not taught about this. 20. Yes, she is. Her comments are as late as Lungi at your Bible quiz that time. Yes, so sometimes we do say that, well, these people have the money, but one thing that's more important than the money is the education that comes with it because their parents have experienced investing. They have experienced. So at a tender age, if I open this business or if I help my son invest in this at this part time, by the time he gets to 21, by the time he gets to 24, by the time he gets to 65, then he's going to be at different. What? The children are also going to start there. The children's children are also going to start there. So what is most important, I think, is okay, I think I'm back. Let me check with my phone. Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what's going on with my network, and I'm sitting right next to the router. But hi, Lungi, how are you? Thank you so much for joining again. Thank you, Art of War. Thank you. So he started investing when he was 10 years old, and he invested in a lot of stock at the same time. And what he actually started with was not a huge amount, but this is I believe choose go at 4 p.m. All right, Sino. Thank you so much. I know you will be here until you disappear. I appreciate you. So yes, he invested in a lot of things with small amounts of money. And that's why we're talking about compounding interest right now. Because one mistake that we make, especially for people who are investing for the first time, starting a business for the first time, is that we lack patience. We want to see the fruits of our labor. Then we want to eat the fruits of our labor. We don't understand the concept of investing money that you can do without. That's why, especially in The Richest Man in Babylon, they say that you have to invest 10%. Is Dre on the screen? Because mine is on blank. Yes, I am. I am. I can see myself from the other screen, my other phone. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for confirming. Yes, so they encourage you to invest 10% of your salary. You don't have to invest it immediately, but save 10% of your salary, then use that as an investment. First, like Lungi was saying, you train yourself. You put some money away as savings. That is training. So you first train yourself that, okay, I know that my salary is this amount every month. If I take out this amount, I'm still going to be able to pay my bills, have some money for recreation, because that's also important, and make sure that that 10% is on the side. So once you have trained yourself to do that, you can use that 10% to save for your capital or for your seed, whatever it is that you are looking to invest in or to start your business with. And even as you have started your business, you are still in the habit of saving that 10%. So every time you get money, you know that there is certain money that you're putting aside towards either your business or your investments. So that is how this works with compounding and confounding interest. You know the amount that you are taking out of your salary. That is probably going to be a fixed amount for maybe a couple of years or 3 years, depending on how long it takes for you to get a promotion and a pay raise. That one is the same amount. But when it comes to your investments and your businesses, because remember, you keep on putting money back into your business, your profits are always going to be increasing. So, for example, I am starting an egg business. I like using businesses because it's something that I'm familiar with. So, chickens, eggs. The first time I invested, I had saved $500 for 10 months. So I was taking out $50 every month for 10 months. Then I invested in buying the cages, buying the chickens, and buying the feed. And for the first 3 months, because they have to get into laying, for the first 3 months, I was getting maybe 3 crates a day from the chickens that I had. And then as I continued to save money, I kept on buying a chicken every month, a chicken every month, a chicken every month. And that means that by the end of 4 months, instead of 3 crates of eggs, I'm getting 4 to 5 crates. Now, the profits that I'm also getting from this business, I'm reinvesting it back. So now I have more chickens, I have more cages, and I have more crates. And instead of just selling to my neighbors, I'm going to approach the supermarket in our neighborhood, the local supermarket in my neighborhood, and say, I'm going to start supplying to you. And they're also going to give me more customers. So now I'm not working with just a few people that are buying from me from the neighborhood. I'm now concentrating on quantity. So I am reinvesting and reinvesting and reinvesting. So my project that started with $500, is probably worth, by the time I get to 2 or 3 years, 5,000, 6,000, $10,000. And how do you liquidate an egg business, guys? How do you liquidate that? You just use your chickens and have them for supper. But the business has gone wide. You can keep on adding to that. So that is what compounding interest is. Reinvesting back into the business. So maybe with Warren Buffett, as he gets a profit, he doesn't take it out, but he puts it back into other stock, or he puts it back into that stock. So over time, the value that you put in is going to grow. And that is what a compounding and confounding is, basically. All right. The Richest Man in Babylon, great read, so practical to implement. Precious, precious. I agree. I agree. Because it's very simple. And I think that's why this book and The Richest Man of Babylon had so much of an impact on me, because they don't complicate things with, the economy is like this, or the trade year is like this, or they don't complicate it. They just use things that are, like you said, practical. Okay, you make $100, save $10 this month, save $10 the next month. When you get to $50, invest it in something, keep on investing back. It's something that is quite simple, but it gets overcomplicated when you think that, oh, I want to start a business, but I don't have the capital. So you're going to stay stuck on, I don't have the capital, for 2 years, because you are not in the habit of even saving just $10, because $10 in 2 years comes up to what, $240. And then maybe you can start something with $240, right? But depending on what your salary is and what you can actually save. And also, one thing about saving, and I don't know if you guys can agree or not agree, is that it's difficult to save after you finished everything else. That's why it's difficult to start a habit of saving. You save first. You take away that money first before you start spending. Because one thing about money is it will always find something to buy. So if you don't get into that habit of taking out that saving percentage first, then it's going to be difficult for you to do that. How so, Malachi? Welcome back, Lungi. Royalty. The teachings are so easy to do. Please get the book or search audio on YouTube. You won't regret it. Yeah, that's true, Precious. That is true. Linda, I also have a Guys, this live today. Thank you, Dineo. This live today, I don't understand what is going on, but okay, I think you can hear me now. I think you can hear me now. Please confirm. And I was so behind with the comments. I've been muted for so long. Okay. I've been muted for so long. But basically what I was saying, let me just try and summarize it and say, the education, uh, what was the last thing you heard? Please tell me what the last thing it was that you heard, because, oh, let me just try and summarize it by saying that education is very important. Not just the education you go to school for, but I think that the disadvantage that we have is that we don't have financial education. That's why even the habit of saving is difficult for us, because we always think that the amount of money that we need is so big, but we don't know that it comes from, like we said, compounding and confounding. It takes time to get to where you are, but when you don't even start, then you don't have a start. So I think the last thing I read was Lungi saying, you said you can save 200 rand, and that's if you have a small salary. But 200 rand over 10 months, if you start in January, you already have 2,000 rands. That's a lot compared to what you had when you were not saving. Let me see. Yes, we were talking about the chicken business and poultry. I love that because it's something that I am familiar with. He made America. Is it? I didn't know about that, Jessica. I didn't know about that. But yeah, we know that he is a genius. And it's doable, Lungs. It is. It is. And that's where you start. You start with something that is doable. If you start by saying, oh, I need $200, so I need to start saving $50 a month, maybe it's not practical for you at that particular time. Maybe as you go on, it's going to become more and more practical. Hence, we go back to what we were talking about yesterday. What is enough? So once you have that goalpost off, okay, this is what I want in my life. So every other thing is going to be savings, it's going to be investment. So you are building wealth, because we want to move from being rich to being wealthy. Because being wealthy means that you're secure for your life, you are securing the lives of your children and your grandchildren. So we want to move from that idea of we are rich to being wealthy. I'm an investor and studying ACA, and I got experience. That's good, Jessica. I really love that for you. So what do you usually invest in? Yes, Linda, once you save 2,000 in your account, your mind gets excited. Then you want to save more. I believe that 100%. Okay, I was just checking. Precious, it's these books. Thank you so much, but it is just these books. Just these books. They've opened my mind a lot because, like I said, I started working young. I started working when I was 19 or 18. I started working so young. So when I think about the amount of money that I've made from that time till now, if I had put it in something, I don't know if I was even gonna be on YouTube, guys. I don't know if I was even gonna be on YouTube. So I think that because I was supposed to meet all of you people, God said, let me keep the wisdom for after you meet these people, because other than that, you people would not have seen me. I am just joking, guys. I probably would have started YouTube because I like it. All right. Lungi, you've said that Shay many times, and I love it. Yeah, Lungi has a lot to teach us about finances. Business catching strings. Who are the pieces, Lungi? Who are the pieces? Please don't put words in my mouth. I just said you people. Simply because I was not going to be on YouTube. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Lungi has a lot to teach us about that saving and being debt free. I'm still here in the background. Thank you, Princess. Mm, okay. Yeah, I think I am all caught up. I am all caught up. So all of this is just to say that number one, we have to set a goal for what we want in our lives. Then we need to set a goalpost. That is, what is your enough? Then after that, we have to start thinking of building the wealth, educating our children on that as well. And it starts small, just like Lungi is saying that at this point you can start with 200 rands, but you can start with also buying your children a piggy bank. I had one when I was younger, but I think that the the concept of saving and investing was not there. It was not taught. Because that type of education is not privy to all of us. So I do believe that that issue of having a piggy bank and having an allowance, people think about these things as, oh, I'm just giving my child money, I'm just buying a piggy bank. But it's teaching them that, look, if you want to get this kind of thing, you can save from your allowance. So it's a good lesson. But God said no, Dre, join your base. God said, if I let Audrey off right now, she's not going to know. She's not going to know. Lugi, don't be that parent, please. Lugi, don't be that parent, because I went through that. I went through that so much. Especially, those $5 that the aunts used to leave for ice cream. Hmm. Money for ice cream, money for this. I'm like, mommy, there's the ice cream truck there. Where do you think the bread came from? Guys, guys, I went through a lot with those ice cream monies. But yeah, I started working young too, but the responsibilities. But at least I have acquired something that's my comfort, and going forward, there'll be more to acquire. I love that for you, Dineo. I love that for you 100%. Yeah. So the money was there, guys. With me, the money was there, but the education on what to do, it was not there. No, you said perks of being a parent. Forget to repeat. Forget to repay. Please don't be like that, guys. Please don't be like that. So, yeah, I think the takeaway from this is, for everyone who's listening to this, whether you're watching it now or you're about to replay, is start now. Start now. Start small. Don't start with something that you're going to do this month, you're not going to be able to do it next month. Start small. Start with 10% of whatever your income is. You can do it. It's going to give you a little bit of discomfort for the first 3 months, but one thing I love about human beings is that we adjust to any situation that we have. So start where you are, and start small, and yeah, we move up from there. The topic of finance used to terrify me because I've seen maybe people fight over it, but slowly I'm feeling more confident and open about talking about money. Pakiraju, something that is interesting is that in our communities as well, right? It is sort of a taboo to speak about money. It's a taboo to even say, oh, I've invested in this, or I have this business, or I'm saving, because the issue of finances, it's either you feel like you are boasting or you are proud, whereby it's something that can educate other people. So I understand where you're coming from, because yeah, the issue of finances is not something that we even in the workplace, right? I never knew how much someone else was making. Even the person I was sharing an office with, I didn't know how much they were making. But that's what we're talking about. Education is important, because how else are we going to move from where we are to that accumulated and financial freedom? But I do get what you're saying. It's something that we need to speak more about. Honestly, Dre, had I started earlier, I could be in a better space financially. Me too, Lungi. Me too. But yeah, Linda said it exactly how we are supposed to take it. Better late than never. Better. We still have time, guys. We have a lot of time, and we have a lot of information at our disposal as well. So. I love that we have that. Yes, royalty. When we can't save from the small you have, there's no way for you'll save when you have big monies. That's true, Precious. So wherever you are, start there. That is true. They said that I'm thinking of, I'm forgetting the statement, but it's exactly along what you said. What you do with the few is what you'll do with a lot. Eshlungi, better late than never. True. True, yes, Malachi. I could have accumulated wealth now. The wealth I have is knowledge. One thing about life, Lungi, but you know what we are going to be doing with the knowledge? We are going to create wealth from that. We have time. Lungs, don't be too hard on yourself. Yes, please, Lungi. And also, you have a story of achieving where you are now. So that is something. That is something. Like we said, there are trust fund babies that just get these things on a platter. But for us, we have to start somewhere. So we start with the knowledge because we didn't have access to it. And then we move on to the next thing. Please don't be so hard on yourself. I'm not laughing. The knowledge is going to help. I'm telling you. The bank won't take it for a Porsche. Why? You can't approach the bank with knowledge and say, look, I have knowledge though. Is there a similar issue in your country? No. Fortunately for us, first of all, our universities are not as expensive as in the US. And secondly, yeah. Secondly, in my country, they don't give student loans at all. So if you're going to go to university, either you're going on a scholarship or you have to pay for it. So after school, you don't have that stress of paying off the loans. We are lucky in that way. Look, you said knowledge is not going to pay for my Zanzibar. Lungi, my love, what is the question you wanted to ask me? Because I will be leaving in 10 minutes. So we can do a Q&A. We can do a Q&A for the last, I think I'll do 8 minutes so I can get ready for my lesson. Let me just open the laptop. And set it up. Lungi. Yeah. I think do I want to retire overseas or back home? That is a good question, Lungi. I think that because I have lived abroad, I would love to retire back at home. No. It's a good question. So being abroad, being here, has taught me a lot of things. Number one, about myself. It has taught me a lot of things about, living in a different type of society, whereby, for now at least, most things work. You have the services. So electricity is there most of the time. Water is there most of the time. So there are a lot of opportunities that you can get because of that. And right now in my country, we are experiencing, the opposite side of that. So there are perks of me being here. Number one, I accumulate different type of knowledge, even culturally, especially in my field of work. With psychology, you need to meet different people. You need to have many, I think, patterns that you follow. So being here, I've met a lot of people from different countries, and that is a good notch on my belt. I've worked here as well, so I have a lot of connections here. But one thing that never changes, and I never understood that with my cousins or my aunts that were overseas, because they would always say home is best. And I never understood that. And the thing is, guys, there is a certain connection that you're always going to have with your hometown. The fact that in my hometown or in my country, I am at home. I'm not a foreigner. First of all, I'm not a foreigner. This is my house. This is my country. This is my soil. So that's one perk of it. Another perk is community, right? Here, I don't have family at all. So even on holidays or whatever else it is, I have had to create my own family here. But that sense of community is something really big. And I always think about it also because when I'm ready to start my family, I know how much easier it was for my sisters because of the community that was around them. So that's one thing I always think of as well. But in terms of retirement, I want to retire back home because, like I said, I want to retire in the villages. I want to retire in a place where there's fresh air, there is community. And one thing about Zimbabwe is when you have something that is already set up, you can live from that. And even if you don't, you can live from your crops, you can live from your animals. So that's one thing that I always consider. So my plan is to work so hard, work so hard for the next 30 to 40 years of my life and then retire back home. So yes. Are you actively saving money from when you go back and can maintain the good life? Yes, Lungi. I'm actively saving money for businesses. Um, uh, Not just savings, but for businesses. There are a lot of things that I want to erect back home, in different fields of businesses. I have always thought of multiple streams of income, and I know I'm going to actualize it at some point. Also, kids, would you wait for them to finish their studies and leave, or do you want them to study abroad? It depends on the abroad, Lungi. It depends on where I am and where I have settled, because I'm not gonna settle here. Even the next chapter of my life is not gonna be here. So it depends on where I am, because when I compare the educational system in Zimbabwe and I compare the one that's here, I wouldn't want them to get the education from here. But if I move to a place like UK, because we have the same educational system and standard, UK and here, maybe Canada, yes, because I have lecturers who have experienced the educational system in Canada, and they said that it's much better than here. So if it's here, then nah, I would even prefer to send them back home to study. But depending on where I am, depending on, yeah, the next road I'm gonna go to, then yeah, I would wait for them to finish studying. I feel like I came into my own after I finished at least my first degree. After I finished my first degree, I came into my own, and I don't want to leave them completely until they've finished that. What country are you living in now, and what country are you from? Sorry, I missed it. I am from Zimbabwe, and I am living in Cyprus. Home is always best. I'm leaving, lady. See you soon. Thank you, precious. Thank you. Clever, makes sense. Thanks for your response, Dre. Thank you, Lungi. Thank you for the question. I really appreciate it. Good job, Dre. Thank you, Dineo. Thank you. How often do you go home, Dre? Off traffic, but Lungi's question made me think of this. So I used to go home every summer, and then COVID happened, and there was like, I think, a space of a year or 2 years that I didn't go home. And then after COVID, it became really expensive to do that that trip every year. But I try and go every 2 years. But I am fortunate enough that sometimes my family comes here, so yeah, it is lonely, but not as much. Because I have a theory on waiting for kids. Lungi, are you going to share that with us? Probably not now. Probably not now. But I would love to hear that theory. Mm, that's an interesting one. Interesting. But I have to go now, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. Ladies and gentlemen, let me not leave out the gentlemen. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. Once they're done, they will find partners and will want to settle and get married. That is true, Lingy. That is true. Yeah, that's why they always say that you also have to concentrate on your partner and not the children, because the children are also going to find their partners and settle down. Um, but I just think that then you'd get attached with want to see. So you won't want to leave them. That is a good point. But I think that the way I grew up will not influence that, because I grew up with my family all over, and we just know that at some point we're gonna meet. So I think that's not going to influence me much, Lugi. All right, guys. See you. Guys, see you. Waiting for the day I could buy your book. Paki Raju, it is definitely going to come. I appreciate that. You're always reminding me of that, and I appreciate it. Bye, guys. See you. Let me not be late. I love you guys. All of you. I love you. All right, Lugi. I'll be waiting for the reminder. Bye.